below for a 49% discount. Anyways, without further ado, here's a quick look at everything good coming to Netflix in May 2019. The Last Summer. This highly anticipated coming-of-age rom-com stars Riverdale's KJ Apa and the Fosters' Mia Mitchell. The premise for this film revolves around Griffin and his teenage buddy, who all attend the same high school in Chicago. This group of friends navigate new relationships, re-examine others while grappling with their dreams and identities during their final summer before college. Going by the trailer, this looks like your typical setup, where you have a group of good-looking 20-year-olds playing teenagers in a generic rom-com. I know I could be wrong, but there's only one way to really find out. The Last Summer will be coming to Netflix on May 3rd. Dead to Me Season 1. Netflix's new black comedy marks the return of Christina Applegate's television career. Dead to Me is about a woman called Jen, a recently made widow who is in search of the hit-and-run driver who mowed down her husband. After the sad and violent death of her partner, things get interesting for Jen when she meets Judy, an eccentric, optimistic, and fellow widow. While not as high-strung as Jen, has her own unique way of dealing with her loss. Not long after meeting, their friendship soon blossoms. However, as Jen and Judy's friendship becomes stronger, unknown to Jen, Judy is hiding a dark and shocking secret. This offbeat comedy is set to premiere on May 3rd.
Fucking love you.
I'm feeling good.
I miss you, baby. Just wanted to say that. Okay, fine. Just trying a thing. Fuck you too.
Knock Down the House is a 2019 American documentary film directed by Rachel Lears. The film revolves around 4 progressive Democrats who decided to run for Congress in the 2018 United States elections. Running from Congress, battling powerful political machines in very different American landscapes, while none of these extraordinary, ordinary women have experience in politics, each has a life-changing experience of injustice. Originally a Kickstarter project, Knock Down the House was picked up by Netflix and is scheduled to be released on May 1st.
For one of us to make it through, 100 of us have to try.
Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil and Vile is an American biographical crime thriller about serial killer Ted Bundy. Directed by Emmy Award winner Joe Berlinger, the film is based on the memoir by Bundy's former girlfriend Elizabeth Klepfer. It stars Zac Efron as Bundy and Lily Collins as Bundy's girlfriend. Set in the 1970s, the story of Ted Bundy is shown from the perspective of his girlfriend, who struggled to accept the reality for her boyfriend's murders and rapes. Zac Efron makes his Netflix debut as America's most infamous serial killer, and if I'm honest, I'm expecting this to be a pretty big hit upon its release, which is scheduled on May 3rd.
It's only gonna end with the truth.
Lucifer Season 4. After a very long wait, Netflix's Lucifer will definitely be arriving this May. For those not familiar with the show, it's based on the DC comic book character, where bored with being the Lord of Hell, the devil decides to relocate to Los Angeles, where he opens up a nightclub and forms a connection with a homicide detective who is immune to his powers and charm. Season 4 kicks off with the aftermath of a certain someone seeing his devil face. This season, Lucifer has a new challenge. Eve, the original sinner herself, is back. Does she want revenge, or is she after something else entirely? Lucifer Season 4 premieres on May 8th.
This is going to be so much fun.
Tuca and Bertie Season 1 is an upcoming adult animated comedy series created by Lisa Hanawalt, who produced BoJack Horseman, as you can tell by its rather familiar art style. This quirky comedy follows the friendship between two 30-year-old bird women who live in the same apartment building. Bertie, an obnoxious daydreaming songbird, and Tuca, a cocky, carefree toucan. Creator Hanawalt mentions in an interview that there are animated shows for adults, but they're created by men and largely written by men, and so they don't have the themes I want. With that in mind, she's aiming to create an adult animated comedy that pretty much focuses on women, which I have to say is a fair point, so I'm curious to see the difference between this and BoJack Horseman. Tuca and Bertie is set to premiere on May 3rd.
Yeah, bitch, now we're talking.
Wine Country is a comedy film with a cast that consists of old SNL members that follows a woman named Rebecca. In honor of Rebecca's 50th birthday, her friend Abby plans a wine-soaked getaway in Napa Valley with their best long-term friends. Post-op Val, workaholic Catherine, unadventurous Jenny, and worn-out mum Naomi are equally sold on the idea of relaxing and catching up. Yet as the alcohol flows, real-world mistrust disrupts the jokes and gossip, and the women begin to question their friendship and futures. This heartfelt comedy is directed by Amy Poehler and co-stars Tina Fey, Jason Schwartzman, and Sherry Jones.
This one's good. What's it called again?
White wine.
Freaking love it.
The Society Season 1 is a mystery drama show brought to you by the creators of Party of Five. The premise for this series revolves around the teenagers of a wealthy town who awake to find all their adults and children have disappeared. Seemingly transported into a town that exists of a perfect replica of their own, they are trapped by a thick and dense forest that surrounds the town borders. Without the adults to stop them, it's not long before chaos in the town ensues, where these teenagers party hard and enjoy life without the confines of rules. As divisions form and friendships break, there is no one to stop them now that there is no one to save them from themselves. The Society Season 1 is scheduled to be released on Netflix on May 10th.
If you hear this, please come find us. What do you want from me? Why don't you run from me?
Easy Season 3 is a comedy drama anthology series written, directed, edited, and produced by Joe Swanberg. The show is set in Chicago, where intertwined groups of friends fumble through a modern maze of love, sex, technology, and culture. This star-studded anthology follows a large group of actors with various degrees of life experience to give each episode its unique story. Actors include the likes of Dave Franco, Orlando Bloom, and Emily Ratajkowski. As an anthology comedy series, I think a better way to describe it would be a series of short films, which are 25 to 30 minutes apiece, with each episode tracking a new couple's singular journey, where some characters appear in one or more episodes as the protagonist and in other episodes as background characters. Easy Season 3 will be out on May 10th. The Perfection is a horror thriller film directed by Richard Shepard. In this supernatural psychological thriller, a troubled cello prodigy Charlotte reunites with her former mentors after a long hiatus, only to find them taken with Elizabeth, a talented new pupil. By seeking out this new star student, the encounter sends both musicians down a sinister path as their strive for perfection takes a nasty turn with shocking consequences. The movie originally premiered back in Fantastic Fest in September 2018, but was picked up by Netflix soon after. It stars Allison Williamson, Steve Weber, and Alana Huffman, and will be coming to Netflix on May 24th.
Well, you know what happens now.
When They See Us is an upcoming American drama miniseries brought to you by the creator of Queen Sugar. The series documents the Central Park jogger case from 1989, in which a jogger was attacked and raped in Central Park in New York City. This led to the arrest of 5 juvenile males from Harlem who were subsequently convicted of the crime. Regrettably, it took over a decade for the convictions to be vacated in 2002, finally clearing their names. This series exposes the breakdown of the US criminal justice system during the late 1980s and will be coming to Netflix on May 31st. And that's it for most of the Netflix originals this May. Now, if you weren't aware, not only do I do these monthly Netflix updates, but I also have many more similar videos to this one based around movie suggestions by genre that appear on either Netflix or Amazon Video. And if you want access to region-restricted websites when you're at home or on vacation, such as the BBC, Hulu, and Prime Video, then check out ExpressVPN. It's a service that hides your true IP, allowing you to bypass irritating geographic restrictions by making your device appear as though it's connected from somewhere else, as well as shielding your browsing activity from prying eyes on public Wi-Fis. And if you click my link in the description, you can get a 49% discount. Anyways, before I go, I just want to say thank you for watching, and if you liked the video then feel free to subscribe to get notifications for all my future releases.